Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig. Swimming!
Peppa and her family are at the swimming pool. Daddy Pig is wearing his swimming costume. Mummy Pig is wearing her swimming costume. Peppa is wearing her swimming costume.
Hurry up, George. Everyone's waiting.
George is wearing his swimming costume.
Peppa, George, let Daddy put on your armbands.
There, George. Your armbands make you look very grown up.
Now me.
Good. Now we can go in the water.
Hooray!
It is George's first time at the swimming pool.
Why don't you put just one foot into the water? Maybe you should try the other foot.
Maybe George should try both feet at the same time.
Good idea. Well done, George. But you don't need to splash quite so much.
Here is Rebecca Rabbit with her little brother, Richard Rabbit.
Hello, Rebecca. Hello, everyone.
Richard, hold on to this float and you can practice kicking your legs.
George, would you like to try kicking your legs?
Very good, but try not to splash.
Big children don't splash. We're very good at swimming. When George and Richard are older, they'll be able to swim like us. Won't they, Rebecca? Yes. Oh,
Richard has a toy watering can.
stop it, Richard. Oh.
Oh dear, Richard has dropped his watering can into the pool.
Mummy.
Sorry, Richard, I can't reach. It's too far down.
Mummy.
I can't swim underwater.
Even I can't swim underwater.
Please hold my glasses, Mummy Pig.
Hooray!
There you go.
Well done, Daddy Pig.
I am rather good at swimming underwater. Huh?
The watering can is for babies. Can we jump off the diving boards now?
Sorry, Peppa. Diving boards are only for grown-ups.
Oh.
Cheer up, you two. You can watch me dive.
Silly Daddy. Your tummy is too big.
Nonsense. I won trophies for my diving when I was younger.
That was quite a long time ago, Daddy Pig.
It's lucky I've kept myself so fit and strong. Please hold my glasses, Mummy Pig. You'll get a better view if you watch me from the side.
Please don't splash us with water, Daddy.
Of course I won't splash you, Peppa. I think I need a higher board.
Please be careful, Daddy Pig.
Yes, don't splash us, Daddy.
Don't worry, Peppa.
Don't splash us with water, Daddy.
I told you I wouldn't splash.
Clever Daddy.
Well done, Daddy Pig.
No need for my towel. I've got a special way of drying myself.
Daddy Pig has splashed everyone with water.
Daddy Pig!
Sorry, everyone.
The boat pond.
The ducks are swimming in their pond. They are very happy. Here are Peppa, George, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig.
Hello, ducks.
The ducks want some bread.
Sorry, Mrs. Duck. We haven't got any bread today. We've got something much more fun.
Peppa has brought her toy boat. And George has brought his toy boat.
Let's wind your boat up, George.
George's boat works with clockwork.
Quick, George. Put the boat in the pond before the clockwork runs out.
George loves his clockwork boat.
Mummy, can you wind my boat up?
Your boat doesn't need winding up, Peppa.
Peppa's boat is a sailboat. The wind makes it go along.
I don't like my boat. It doesn't do anything.
That's because there isn't any wind today.
Maybe it just needs a little help. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your boat along.
Hooray! It went really fast.
Peppa loves her sailboat.
Meh.
Here is Peppa's friend, Susie Sheep.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Susie. We're playing with our boats. Meh. I've got my speedboat. Is it clockwork? No, it has batteries.
Susie's speedboat uses batteries to make it go.
Ooh.
What a great speedboat.
Sorry, Mrs. Duck.
Here is Danny Dog with Grandad Dog.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Danny.
Danny.
My granddad has made me this paddle boat. Ooh.
I say, that's impressive. How does it work?
It's steam-powered. I just push this little lever.
Wow.
What a fantastic paddle boat. Here is Rebecca Rabbit with her mummy.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Rebecca. We're playing with our boats. I wish I had a boat.
Rebecca Rabbit does not have a boat.
I've got an idea. Luckily, I brought my newspaper along. I just need one page. Which page can we lose? News? Sport? Ah, fashion.
Not the fashion page.
OK, I'll use the business page. When I was a little piggy, I used to fold newspaper like this
What is Daddy Pig doing?
to make a paper boat.
Daddy Pig has made a paper boat.
Thank you, Mr. Pig.
George wants a paper boat too.
Oh, I suppose I can do without the sports page.
Please, can I have one? And me.
Of course.
Daddy Pig is making paper boats for everyone.
Let's have a race.
Good idea, Mummy Pig. We can huff and puff and blow the paper boats across. Everyone take a deep breath. Ready, steady, blow! We have a winner! Who had the sports page?
That's George's boat.
George is the winner.
Hooray!
I like boats, and I like paper boats the best. Me too!
It's time to go home. Everybody has had a great time.
Bye-bye! Bye-bye, ducks. See you soon.
The ducks enjoyed the toy boats, but they quite like having the pond back to themselves again.
Pirate Island.
Grandpa Pig is taking Peppa and her friends for a day out on his boat.
Everyone on board?
Aye, Captain Grandpa.
Full sail!
See you later.
See you later.
Peppa and her friends are all wearing life jackets.
George, you could wear my pirate hat. Today we are sailing to Pirate Island.
Ooh.
If we're lucky, we might find buried treasure.
Wow.
Pirate Island sounds like a great place.
Land ahoy! Here we are. Pirate Island.
Hooray! What's that?
It's a metal detector. It finds buried treasure.
Ooh.
Grandpa Pig is using the metal detector to find buried treasure.
Aha!
The metal detector has found something.
Let's dig it up.
It's a little coin.
Treasure!
Hooray!
Let's find some more. Aha! We found something else. It sounds big. My goodness! This piece of treasure is quite heavy.
Oh dear, that is not buried treasure. That is a rusty old shopping trolley.
Oh.
Maybe that's enough treasure hunting. Who wants to help build a big sandcastle?
Me!
What a good idea, Granny Pig. I'll just check on the boat.
Granny Pig is going to help the children build a big sandcastle. And Grandpa Pig is doing important boat things.
Ah, this is nice. Oh, maybe I'll just close my eyes for a little bit.
Granny and the children are making a big sandcastle. They need lots and lots of sand. They use buckets to make the castle's turrets. What a splendid castle.
Hooray!
Time to go home. Oh, where's the boat gone?
Look, Granny.
Oh no, Grandpa Pig is fast asleep and the boat is drifting away.
We have to wake Grandpa up. Shout as loudly as you can.
Grandpa Pig!
Wake up! Wake up!
Oh no, Grandpa Pig is still asleep.
Grandpa's too far away to hear us.
We're stuck on Pirate Island. We're castaways. We'll be here for 100 years. We'll have to eat wild fruit and berries. And we'll have to eat insects and slugs.
The parents are here to collect the children.
Oh, where am I?
Hello?
Hello, everyone.
Have you had a nice time?
Yes, actually, I just left something behind. Back in a tick.
Look! There's Grandpa. We're saved! Hooray!
Welcome aboard, me hearties.
Naughty Grandpa Pig. We thought you'd left us behind.
Sorry about that, Granny Pig. Next time, I promise not to fall asleep.
Goodbye, Pirate Island. See you again soon. I love Pirate Island. Can we visit it again?
Oh, of course we can, Peppa.
Hooray! Captain Daddy Pig.
Peppa and her family are borrowing Grandpa's boat for the day.
Remember, Daddy Pig, push the lever forward to go forward
Aye, aye, Grandpa Pig. Forward
and back to go back.
and back. Simple.
And please look after my boat. I've just had it painted.
Oh, Grandpa Pig, what an old fusspot you are.
Are my crew ready?
Yes, Captain Daddy Pig.
Then let's go.
Oh, the boat is moving backwards.
Ah! Watch out for the bridge!
Oops.
Oh, that was close.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a lovely time.
I hope my boat comes back in one piece.
Stop worrying. It will be fine.
Peppa, ring the bell.
Aye, aye, Captain Daddy. I'm a bit hungry.
So am I.
Grandpa's left us a picnic in the galley.
What's a galley?
A galley is a boat's little kitchen. Follow me.
Peppa and George are going inside the boat.
Wow,
What a tiny little kitchen.
Where's the picnic?
The obvious place would be here. Oh,
That's not a picnic.
then it must be here.
And that's not a picnic.
This kitchen has everything in the wrong place.
Wow, a TV.
Daddy Pig cannot find the picnic.
It's impossible.
If this was my kitchen, the picnic would be here.
Oh, well done, Peppa.
Peppa has found the picnic.
Delicious.
Oh, it's the ducks. Hello, Mrs. Duck. Would you like some bread?
Peppa and George love feeding bread to ducks.
Look out! Long reeds ahead.
Don't worry. Grandpa's boat will easily go through them.
Are we stuck?
No, we can reverse.
Now are we stuck?
Yes.
Oh dear, Grandpa's boat is stuck in the reeds.
I'll just give it a little push.
Do be careful, Daddy Pig.
I know what I'm doing. When I say go, start the engine.
Aye,
Captain Daddy Pig.
Go!
Daddy Pig has pushed the boat out of the reeds.
Hooray!
Quick, Daddy! Jump back on the boat!
Oh no! Daddy Pig is being left behind.
Swim faster, Daddy!
Stop the engine!
What's he saying?
Stop the engine!
Daddy says, stop the engine!
Oh. Are you okay, Daddy Pig?
Yes, I'm fine. But let's head for home before we have any more adventures.
Aye,
Captain Daddy Pig.
They've been gone for ages. I hope my boat's all right.
Look, there they are.
Hello!
Ahoy there!
I'll just park the boat.
You park a car, but you moor a boat. I'll show you.
Grandpa Pig is going to moor the boat.
The secret of mooring is to do it carefully.
Mind the bridge!
What?
Look behind you!
Ah! Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Grandpa has broken his boat.
Never mind, Grandpa. You can have lots of fun mending it.
It is true that I love mending things.
Can I help mend the boat, Grandpa?
Oh, of course you can, Peppa.
Bubbles!
Peppa and George are drinking orange juice.
What noisy little piggies.
George, look at all the tiny bubbles. I can make bigger bubbles.
Peppa is blowing bubbles in her drink.
Bubble!
George wants to blow bubbles too.
Peppa, George, you really shouldn't play with your food.
Sorry, Daddy.
Peppa, if you like bubbles, why don't you play with your bubble mixture?
Yes, my bubble mixture. George, let's blow bubbles in the garden.
Peppa is showing George how to blow bubbles.
First, dip the stick in the mixture. Then take a big breath and blow. Bubble! George, now it's your turn. Dip the stick in the mixture. Hold it up. Take a big breath. And blow!
George is trying really hard, but he is running out of breath.
Achoo! George, you didn't blow hard enough.
I know a way George can make bubbles. Dip the stick in the mixture, then lift it up and wave it around.
bubble.
It's even better if you run along.
Wait for me.
George is having fun making bubbles, and Peppa is having fun popping them.
I love bubbles.
Oh dear, the bubble mixture is all used up.
Daddy! Mummy! There's no more bubble mixture.
Don't worry, Peppa. I have an idea. Mummy Pig, bring me a bucket, please.
Yes, Daddy Pig.
Peppa, bring me some soap.
Yes, Daddy Pig.
George, bring me my old tennis racket.
A bucket, some soap, a tennis racket. What is Daddy Pig doing?
First, I need some water. Then the soap. And now, the tennis racket, please. Thank you. Now watch this.
Ooh, wow!
Daddy Pig has made his own bubble mixture.
Come on, everyone.
Be careful, Daddy Pig. Don't slip and fall.
I'll be fine. Whoa!
Are you okay, Daddy Pig?
Yes, I'm fine.
Wow!
Daddy Pig has made the biggest bubble ever.
Oh dear, I've spilt all my bubble mixture.
Now we can't make any more bubbles.
But we can play jumping in muddy puddles. Look!
Daddy Pig's bubble mixture has made a big muddy puddle.
Hooray!
Peppa loves jumping up and down in muddy puddles.
Look! The bubble mixture has made the puddle all bubbly.
Peppa loves jumping up and down in muddy, bubbly puddles. Everyone loves jumping up and down in muddy, bubbly puddles.
Baby Piggy.
Peppa and George are visiting their big cousin, Chloe.
Today, as well as seeing Chloe, you are going to meet your new cousin.
Ooh!
Peppa and her family have arrived at Chloe's house.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Peppa and George.
This is Chloe, Peppa and George's big cousin.
But where's our new cousin?
Here's your new baby cousin.
Ooh!
The new cousin is a tiny baby piggy.
Goo, goo, goo.
Oh, how beautiful.
Is it a girl, baby?
No, it's a boy.
Oh, I wish it was a girl.
Me too.
George is pleased the baby is a boy.
Dinosaur.
I think the baby's too little to play with dinosaurs.
George, the baby doesn't want to play with you. It wants to play with me.
Peppa, the baby is much too little to play ball games.
But if it can't play with a dinosaur or a ball, what can it do?
It eats and it sleeps. And it does that.
Auntie Pig, can I hold the baby?
Yes, if you're very careful, you can hold Alexander.
Alexander?
That's his name, Baby Alexander.
What a big name for such a small piggy.
It's quite nice, even though it's a boy. Goo, goo, goo. Oh, what's that smell?
Maybe Alexander's nappy needs changing.
Ugh, disgusting.
Peppa, when you were a baby, you wore nappies.
I did not.
Mummy, can I play with Peppa and George in the garden?
Yes.
Chloe, is it nice having a little baby brother?
Yes, Alexander is very sweet.
I wish George was a sweet little baby piggy.
I know. George can pretend to be a baby piggy. He can go in my doll's pram.
That's a good idea. No.
George does not want to be a baby.
George, if you pretend to be a baby, I promise to be nice to you forever and ever.
George is thinking.
And you can play with all my toys.
George is thinking more.
And when we get home, you can play with all my toys.
George has decided.
Goo, goo, goo.
What a sweet baby piggy.
Here are Candy Cat, Susie Sheep, Rebecca Rabbit and Zoe Zebra.
Hello. Why is George in that doll's pram? It's not George. It's a baby piggy. Goo goo.
But it is George. George is a pretend baby piggy.
Ah. Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a girl.
No.
George does not want to be a girl baby.
OK, it's a boy. I've got some cookies. Would the baby piggy like one? Oh, no. It can't eat cookies.
George likes cookies.
Maybe it can have one cookie.
Goo goo. It's so clever and so handsome. It's very funny. It's the best baby piggy ever.
George likes this game. Here is Auntie Pig with baby Alexander.
Wow! A proper real baby piggy. It's so gorgeous. It's much sweeter than George.
Oh dear, George liked being the baby piggy.
Oh, George, you'll always be my baby piggy.
Maybe it's time for a new game. How about some dinosaur chasing?
Eek! Too scary!
George liked being a baby piggy, but he likes being George more.
The Time Capsule.
Peppa and her friends are at their playgroup.
Today we are going to make a time capsule.
What's a time capsule?
A time capsule is something that will show people in the future how we lived.
How?
We'll put special things in this box and then we'll bury it in the school garden.
Will it grow?
No, Susie. It will remain in the ground for many years.
Ooh.
Now, what things should we put inside?
A comic.
Very good, Peppa.
Music.
Very good, Susie.
A toy.
No.
A coin. Stamps. Squeak. A carrot.
Oh, you do like carrots, don't you, Rebecca?
Yes.
All those are excellent things to show our daily lives.
Madam Gazelle, what will the future be like?
What do you think it will be like?
I think in the future I will live on the moon. And all my friends will come to visit. And I will fly space rockets. Hello.
Now we'll record a message for the people of the future. Say hello to the future.
Hello to the future. You're probably all living on the moon now and going on holiday to Mars. And flying around in space rockets.
Wonderful!
It is nearly home time and all the parents have arrived.
Mummy, Daddy, we've made a time capsule.
Ah, Daddy Pig, you're just in time to help us dig a hole.
Yes, of course.
Daddy Pig is digging a hole in the school garden for the time capsule.
There.
Can we dig it up now?
Oh, it will remain in the ground for many years.
Aw, but I can't wait that long.
Peppa, you are just like your daddy when he was little.
Am I?
Yes, I remember when I was his teacher.
Did you teach my daddy?
Yes, I taught all of your mummies and daddies. Didn't I?
Yes,
Mademoiselle.
When your mummies and daddies were little, they made a time capsule too.
Yes, we did. We buried it next to a little tree.
Can we dig it up?
Yes, I think we buried it over here.
Oh, I thought it was a much smaller tree.
Oh, it was a long time ago. The tree has grown a bit since then.
I found something. It's our old time capsule.
Hooray!
I can't wait to open it.
Stand back, children.
Yes, Madam Gazelle.
What do we have here? Oh, an old comic.
That was my favourite comic.
A tin toy.
My favourite toy.
Music.
My favourite record.
And a very old carrot.
That's mine.
What a good choice, Mummy.
And a videotape of your mummies and daddies when they were little.
Ooh. Who's the little piggy in the glasses?
Oh, that's Daddy Pig. Oh, and that's me.
Hello to the future.
What a squeaky voice you have.
You're probably living on the moon now.
Silly little Daddy Pig.
Making time capsules is such fun. And finding them is even better.
George's friend.
Peppa and her friends are at the playground. Peppa, Susie and Danny are on the roundabout.
Are you all ready?
Ready!
Then let's go.
Faster! Faster!
George is a bit too little for the roundabout. He is playing on the swing. Here is Rebecca Rabbit with her little brother, Richard Rabbit.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Can I come on the roundabout too?
Hop on, Rebecca.
Let's go really, really fast.
Richard Rabbit wants to go on the roundabout too.
If Richard gets on, it means we can't go fast. Richard can play with George.
Richard, would you like to play with George?
No.
George is a dinosaur just like yours. Let's go and see.
Richard Rabbit is the same age as George.
Richard wanted to see George's dinosaur.
Grrr, dinosaur.
George, can Richard play with your dinosaur?
No.
Richard, can George play with your dinosaur?
No.
George and Richard do not want to share their dinosaurs.
George, it will be much more fun if you share.
That was really nice of George.
Dinosaur!
George does not like sharing.
Richard, let George hold the dinosaurs now.
Richard does not like sharing either.
What's all this crying about?
George and Richard always cry when they play together. They're just too little to play properly.
Can you two big girls teach them to play together?
Of course. We can help them make sand castles.
Good idea. Let's go to the sandpit.
George and Richard love the sandpit.
George, Richard, today we are going to make sand castles. First, we fill the buckets with sand. We turn the buckets over and give them a little tap. Now we lift the buckets. Hey presto!
Richard has made a sandcastle.
Hey presto!
And George has made a sandcastle.
You see, playing together is fun.
Oh dear, this game has not gone very well.
It was your brother's fault. He broke George's sandcastle. Your brother broke my brother's sandcastle first.
Now, you two big girls are meant to be teaching Richard and George to play nicely together.
That's right. We're big girls. And George and Richard are too little to play together properly.
I've got an idea. George, what's your most favourite thing in the whole playground?
Seesaw!
George loves the seesaw.
Seesaws.
It is a bit difficult to play on a seesaw on your own. Richard wants to play on the seesaw.
Seesaw, seesaw, seesaw. Look, George and Richard are playing together. Seesaw, 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 seesaw.
George likes Richard. Richard likes George. George and Richard like playing together.
Seesaw, seesaw. Grandpa's little train.
Peppa and George have come to play in Granny and Grandpa's garden.
What's that noise?
Grandpa's making something.
Hello, Peppa and George. That's perfect timing. I've just finished making it.
And may we ask what it is?
I'll show you.
Wow!
A little toy train.
It's not a toy. This is Gertrude. She's a miniature locomotive.
But doesn't it need railway tracks to run on?
Oh, no. I fitted Gertrude with car wheels so she can go anywhere she likes.
Grandpa, can we ride in Gertrude?
Hop aboard. Full steam ahead.
Bye-bye, Granny.
See you later.
Peppa and George love Grandpa's little train.
Grandpa's little train goes choo-choo-choo, choo-choo-choo, choo-choo-choo. Grandpa's little train goes choo-choo-choo all day long. And the piggies on the train go oink, 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 oink. And the piggies on the train go oink, oink, oink all day long.
Here is Grandad Dog with Danny Dog.
Hello. Hello, Danny.
I see you're playing toy trains.
Toy? Gertrude isn't a toy. How's your little lorry?
Little lorry? My breakdown truck is a proper work vehicle.
Grandad, can I ride on the train?
It's your choice, Danny. If you'd rather play trains than...
Thanks, Grandad.
See you later.
Miss Rabbit is driving the school bus.
And to our left, we can see some hills with trees.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Peppa.
All Peppa's friends are here.
Can we ride on the train?
I'm giving the children an educational bus tour. Are trains educational?
They certainly are.
Hands up, all those who want to ride on the train.
Me!
And hands up, all those who want to stay on the bus. OK. You can all go on the train and I'll follow along behind.
Grandpa's little train goes choo-choo-choo, choo-choo-choo, choo-choo-choo. Grandpa's little train goes choo-choo-choo all day long.
What a lot of mud.
We don't want to get stuck. Maybe we should go a different way.
It's only a patch of mud. Come on, Gertrude. You can make it.
Come on, bus. You can make it.
The bus is stuck in the mud.
Oh, bother.
Hello, Miss Rabbit. How are you today?
I'm a bit stuck. Can you rescue me?
Certainly.
Is your truck strong enough?
Trust me.
Did it work?
No. We need a vehicle with more power.
Can I help in any way?
It's nothing that I can't deal with. Thanks anyway.
I've got an idea. Grandpa Pig's train can tow me out of the mud.
Good thinking, Miss Rabbit.
Grandpa's little train is going to pull the bus out of the mud.
Full steam.
Come on, Gertrude!
Come on, Gertrude!
Oh, well done!
It's amazing what can be done by a toy train.
Toy? Gertrude isn't a toy.
Gertrude is the very best train in the whole world. Ice skating.
Peppa and her family are going ice skating today.
This will be fun.
Peppa and George have never been ice skating before.
Now, George, you won't be very good at ice skating, so just do what I do.
I'm sure we'll all be very good.
Yes, especially me.
First, we need some skates.
At the ice rink, everyone wears skates.
Hello, Miss Rabbit.
Hello, Mummy Pig.
We'd like to hire some skates, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
Happy skating.
Here are Susie Sheep, Rebecca Rabbit, Danny Dog, Zoe Zebra, Candy Cat, Emily Elephant and Pedro Pony. Peppa's friends can ice skate very well. Peppa wants to ice skate too.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Peppa. Is this your first time skating? Yes. Shall I show you how to skate? No, thank you, Susie. I'm sure I can already do it. OK, come on then. This is impossible. I don't want to do ice skating anymore.
Don't worry, Peppa. Everyone falls over when they ice skate. Even I fall over. Watch this. Oops-a-daisy. Ho-ho.
Silly Daddy.
George, would you like to skate?
No.
George has never ice skated before and he is a bit worried.
I'll look after George while you teach Peppa how to skate.
Skating is easy, Peppa. Just push with your feet and glide. Push, push, glide. See?
Push, push, glide. Push, push, glide. This is easy. I can do it on my own now, Mummy. Push, push, glide. Push, push, glide.
Well done, Peppa.
Look at me! I'm skating.
Peppa is doing really well.
Yes, I'm a very good teacher. Slow down, Peppa. You'll bump into someone.
Don't worry, Mummy. I'm very good at skating. Oh, where are the brakes?
Oh dear, I forgot to teach Peppa how to stop.
Oh.
Ah! I can't stop! Look out!
Mummy Pig taught you how to skate, but I taught you how to fall over.
Yes, I'm very good at falling over. George, do you want to skate too? No. Come on, George. It's fun. I'll teach you. Hit him. First, you need to... Whee! George, come back. I'm teaching you how to ice skate.
What a surprise! George can skate beautifully.
Wow! Look at George! Very good, George. Now you need to learn how to stop.
Well done, George.
You're fantastic, George.
Yes, you did very well, George, for your first lesson.
Come on, let's skate.
Yes!
Peppa and George love ice skating. Everyone loves ice skating.
Mummy and Daddy taught me how to skate, but I taught George. The coral.
Peppa and Susie Sheep are playing Snap.
Snap! I win.
Peppa and Susie are best friends.
Snap! I win again. You cheated. I did not. You looked at the card. I did not. I don't want to play with you anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Oh dear, Peppa and Susie have had a quarrel. Mummy Sheep is here to take Susie home.
Peppa, say bye-bye to Susie.
I am not talking to her, and I'm not talking to her.
Oh. I'm sure they'll make it up. They are best friends, really.
It is not funny. We are not best friends anymore.
Daddy Pig is making supper.
Peppa! George! Supper time! It's spaghetti! What's the matter, Peppa?
Peppa and Susie have had a little quarrel.
Oh.
But I do miss Susie a bit.
Let's give Susie a call.
Hello, Mrs. Pig.
May Peppa talk with Susie, please?
Hello, Susie. Hello, Peppa. We can be friends again, if you say sorry. I'm sorry I said you cheated, even though you did cheat. Well, I'm sorry you were ever my best friend.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. I can easily find a new best friend.
It is a lovely sunny day. All the children are at the playground. Danny Dog is on the roundabout with his best friend Pedro Pony.
Whee!
George is on the seesaw with his best friend Richard Rabbit.
Seesaw, seesaw.
Susie Sheep is on the swings, on her own. Peppa is playing mini golf, on her own. Here is Emily Elephant.
Can I have a go? Yes! Emily, Susie Sheep is not my best friend anymore. So you can be my best friend. But my best friend is Candy Cat. Oh. Meow. Wee! Zoe, if you want, you can be my best friend. But my best friend is Rebecca Rabbit. Oh. Whee! Hello, Susie. Hello, Peppa.
Ah, good. I see you two are friends again.
We are not friends. We will never be friends again.
I think it's about time you two made it up. Peppa, say sorry to Susie.
Only if she says sorry first. Only if she says sorry first.
I know. I'll count to 3 and you can both say sorry at the same time.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Sorry.
Now you can be best friends again.
Hooray! Susie, let's play mini golf. Good idea.
Peppa and Susie are best friends again.
Me first. My go. My ball went in the hole, so I win. But my ball knocked it in, so I win. You're just making the rules up. You are making the rules up. I win. No, I win.
You two are just the same.
That's why Susie's my best friend in the whole world. And Peppa is my best friend in the whole world ever. Captain Daddy Pig.
Peppa and her family are borrowing Grandpa's boat for the day.
Remember, Daddy Pig, push the lever forward to go forward.
Aye, aye, Grandpa Pig. Forward.
And back to go back.
And back. Simple.
And please look after my boat. I've just had it painted.
Oh, Grandpa Pig, what an old fusspot you are.
Are my crew ready?
Yes, Captain Daddy Pig.
Then let's go.
Oh, the boat is moving backwards.
Ah! Watch out for the bridge!
Oops.
Oh, that was close.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a lovely time.
I hope my boat comes back in one piece.
Stop worrying. It will be fine.
Peppa, ring the bell.
Aye, aye, Captain Daddy. I'm a bit hungry.
So am I.
Grandpa's left us a picnic in the galley.
What's a galley?
A galley is a boat's little kitchen. Follow me.
Peppa and George are going inside the boat.
Wow.
What a tiny little kitchen.
Where's the picnic?
The obvious place would be here. Oh,
That's not a picnic.
then it must be here.
And that's not a picnic.
This kitchen has everything in the wrong place.
Wow, a TV.
Daddy Pig cannot find the picnic.
It's impossible.
If this was my kitchen, the picnic would be here.
Oh, well done, Peppa.
Peppa has found the picnic.
Delicious.
Oh, it's the ducks. Hello, Mrs. Duck. Would you like some bread?
Peppa and George love feeding bread to ducks.
Look out! Long reeds ahead.
Don't worry. Grandpa's boat will easily go through them.
Are we stuck?
No, we can reverse.
Now are we stuck?
Yes.
Oh dear, Grandpa's boat is stuck in the reeds.
I'll just give it a little push.
Do be careful, Daddy Pig.
I know what I'm doing. When I say go, start the engine.
Aye, aye,
Captain Daddy Pig.
Go!
Daddy Pig has pushed the boat out of the reeds.
Hooray!
Quick, Daddy! Jump back on the boat!
Oh no! Daddy Pig is being left behind.
Swim faster, Daddy!
Stop the engine!
What's he saying?
Stop the engine!
Daddy says, stop the engine!
Oh. Are you okay, Daddy Pig?
Yes, I'm fine. But let's head for home before we have any more adventures.
Aye, aye, Captain Daddy Pig.
They've been gone for ages. I hope my boat's all right.
Look, there they are.
Hello! Ahoy there!
I'll just park the boat.
You park a car, but you moor a boat. I'll show you.
Grandpa Pig is going to moor the boat.
The secret of mooring is to do it carefully.
Mind the bridge!
What?
Look behind you!
Ah! Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Grandpa has broken his boat.
Never mind, Grandpa. You can have lots of fun mending it.
It is true that I love mending things.
Can I help mend the boat, Grandpa?
Oh, of course you can, Peppa.
Bouncy ball.
Peppa and George are going to play in the garden with their ball.
Whee!
George throws the ball as high as he can and catches it.
I can do that too. Whee! Oh,
Peppa has missed the ball.
this is a silly game.
Here is Peppa's best friend, Susie Sheep. Susie has 2 tennis rackets.
Hello, Peppa. Hello, Susie. Let's play tennis. Yes, that sounds fun. To you, Susie. Oh.
Susie has missed the ball.
Oh.
Peppa has missed the ball. Peppa and Susie like playing tennis, but George feels a bit left out.
Oh, sorry, George. You can't play tennis. We only have 2 rackets. I know. George can be the ball boy. Yes, it's a very important job.
George is going to be the ball boy. He has to collect the ball when it is hit too far.
To you, Susie. Oh, missed it. Ball boy. Thank you, ball boy. Oh, ball boy. Thank you, ball boy. Ball boy.
Oh dear, George doesn't like this game. Here are Danny Dog, Pedro Pony, Candy Cat, Rebecca Rabbit and Richard Rabbit.
Hello, everyone. Hello. We're playing tennis.
Can we play too?
But there aren't enough rackets. Oh. Let's play something else.
Let's play football.
Yes, football. Girls against boys.
We each need a goalkeeper.
Me.
Pedro Pony and Rebecca Rabbit will be the goalkeepers.
We'll start.
Goal!
Richard Rabbit has scored a goal.
The boys are winning.
That's not fair. We weren't ready.
Hey, that's cheating. You can't hold the ball.
Yes, I can. I'm the goalkeeper.
Go, Rebecca,
go! Goal! Hooray!
The goal is not allowed.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
What a lot of noise.
Daddy, the boys are cheating.
No, the girls are cheating.
It sounds like you need a referee.
What's a referee?
It's someone who makes sure that everyone plays fair.
I'll be the referee. Me.
Stop. I'll be the referee. The next team to get a goal will win the game.
Hooray! Where's the ball?
Quick, score a goal.
Stop them!
Goal! Richard Rabbit has scored a goal.
Hooray! The boys win.
Oh. Football is a silly game.
Just a moment. The boys scored in their own goal. That means the girls win.
Really? Hooray! Football is a great game. Cold winter day.
It is very cold today. Peppa and George are wearing their hats, scarves, coats, mittens and boots.
Look, George, the trees haven't got leaves.
In the wintertime, the trees lose their leaves. Peppa and George have found a muddy puddle.
Ooh.
Peppa and George love jumping up and down in muddy puddles.
Me first.
It is so cold, the puddle has turned to ice. It is very slippery.
It's not funny.
Here are Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig.
Oh, good! A muddy puddle.
Daddy Pig loves jumping in muddy puddles.
Stop, Daddy.
Whoa! That was close. Lucky I've got such a good sense of balance.
Daddy, the puddles are icy today. We can't jump in them.
Never mind. Let's feed some bread to the ducks.
Hooray!
Peppa and George love feeding the ducks.
Hello, ducks. We've got some bread for you.
The ducks like bread.
Oh!
It is so cold, the pond has frozen to ice. The ice is very slippery.
Sorry for laughing, Mrs. Duck, but it did look quite funny.
It is starting to snow.
Snow!
Peppa and George love snow.
George, let's catch snowflakes.
Peppa and George are catching snowflakes.
Ooh.
George has caught a snowflake. Peppa has caught a snowflake.
Ooh.
Here is Susie Sheep on her toboggan.
Whee! Hello, Peppa. Wow! Susie, that looks fun. We're all tobogganing on the big hill. There's lots of snow there.
Shall we climb up the big hill and watch the tobogganing?
Yes, please.
Peppa's friends are tobogganing on the big hill.
Whee! Yahoo! What?
Oh dear, George has slipped on the hill.
You look funny, George.
George does not think it is funny.
It's quite easy to slip on the hill. Maybe I should carry George.
Daddy, can you carry me too?
Ho, ho. All right, Peppa.
Just be careful you don't slip over, Daddy Pig.
Don't worry, Mummy Pig. Remember, I've got an excellent sense of balance.
Let's have a race. Yes. Ready, steady, go!
Here we are, the top of the big hill.
Do be careful you don't slip, Daddy Pig.
I'm not going to slip. Whoa! Whoa!
Daddy is like a big toboggan. We're going to win the race. Hooray!
Peppa and George are the winners.
Well done, Peppa. My daddy makes a very good toboggan.
It's not funny.
It is a bit funny, Daddy Pig.
I suppose it is quite funny.